Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Extinct Bricks Marine. And for this very special episode, we will be featuring the LEGO costume Jurassic World the Game Level 40 Xiphactinus. But before we head on with this video, please like, share, and subscribe and hit that notification bell. And for you to be able to support my channel, please do not skip on all the ads on all my videos. Because these PC contest winners will be announced later on in the video, but for now, let's move on with the making of Xiphactinus. So here we have the Xiphactinus. It is actually made of several parts. One would be the Dilophosaurus head, and then the rest would be some random LEGO parts. So we did some sculpting, and after it has been sculpted and already cured, it's now time for us to primer, and this we're using Bosley number 68 in gray. So we spread on the paint and then we left it for drying around 1 to 2 hours. While doing this, please don't forget to wear your mask and protective gear. Alright, so here is the Xiphactinus after it has been primered and now it's ready to be painted. But before that, I actually added several more details such as, spikes on the head, on the back, as well as that of the entire body. And of course, before we actually do the coloring, here is some references that we had. So this is the Xiphactinus from Jurassic World the Game, level 40. So you have here several brownish colors on the spikes. We also have blue, green, and white yellows, and of course reddish fins to this one. So what we will be needing, of course, will be several materials. So we have here water, acrylics, and some brushes, and now we're ready to paint. So first up, we actually use the green colors on this one. This is just a mixture of some greens, yellows, and also some white. We will be painting this on the midsections of the fish, and this actually takes about 2 to 3 coats so that we will be achieving that opacity on the entire body of this fish. So a little bit of information on the Xiphactinus. It is actually a name that is derived from the Latin and Greek words sword ray. It is an extinct genus of large predatory marine bony fish that lived during the late Cretaceous and is actually around 5.1 meters in length or 16.7 feet. In popular culture, in October 2010, Kansas House Representative Tom Sloan announced that he would introduce legislation to make Xiphactinus audax, the X-fish, the state fossil of Kansas. Wow! State fossil? So moving on with the paint, you can see here this is a combination of white, some yellows, and also yellow ochre. We mix them up together and then place it on the lower half of the Xiphactinus. So usually with these colors, it will take about 1 or 2 coats on this one, then dry it up, and then it should be done. The Jurassic World Xiphactinus actually have several stripes of lighter green to it. So this is just a mixture of some green, teal, white. Mix them up together and then paint it on the Xiphactinus. So it will have, stripes as well as several spots on the head as well. So use this color for that. A bit more information on the Xiphactinus. Did you know that the species of Xiphactinus were voracious predatory fish? At least a dozen specimens of Xiphactinus audax have been collected with the remains of large, undigested or partially digested prey in their stomachs. Imagine it eating you whole and then your remains would still be fossilized. So to make the transition more bearable, I have mixed here some greens and also blues and a little bit of white, and then paint them on several areas such as that of the head, the fins, as well as that of the back, wherein the green will meet the darker blue later on. Okay, so we're brushing in the blue colors now. So this is just a mixture of blue, a little bit of white, and also some dark colors such as black or brown. So this will be painted on areas very similar to that of the Xiphactinus in Jurassic World the game. So this will cover much parts of the head, the entire length of the body, as well as that of the tail. After this, a lot more detail will be painted on the Xiphactinus. So off cam, we actually painted on the fins with a base coat of white, and then we will be painting them off with this reddish tone. This red is actually a mixture of some burnt sienna and some reds, and also some yellow, I guess. Once this is painted, we will be moving on with the spikes on the back. This will be colored burnt sienna, and some other details that will be placed, such as dots on the fins and the entire body, which is actually just a mixture of black and then blue. Of course, some details such as the eyes, the insides of the mouth, and the teeth will also be painted. Well, that would be all for now for our tutorial on the Xiphactinus. I hope you learned something from this particular tutorial. Now, we will be moving on with the announcement of the Guess SPC contest winners. And of course, we have actually 10 lucky picks for this one. And here they are. Manuel Antonio, Pyroraptor, Glow CH. Salas, JD McKinney, Cezanne. Robert Stone, Marvel Dekia, Sharon Stone, and Quintosaurus. And of our top 10 winners, Mr. T-Rex,
Top 10.
Renzo the Vicinius and Tom Fanatic,
Top 9.
Gruntus Dodo,
Top 8.
Kaiju Studios
Top
GTK,
7.
Amir Biscara,
Top 6.
Spinosaurus,
Top 5.
Luan Comet,
Top 4.
Archosaurus, Colton Todd,
Top 2.
and Mechanic Tiger.
Top 1.
Congratulations everyone, and I'll see you on the next SPC contest. For those of you who'd like to join, here's how. Just click on the Extinct Bricks icon and it will lead you to the Extinct Bricks homepage. And in the homepage, just click on the community link and there you'll see all my posts. And now, let's move on with Assembrix, one of my favorite parts of this video. Let's count off the number of parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 parts to this one. First up, let's connect the head with the lower jaw. So it's a little bit tricky, but we're going to get there. Just a bit more push here and there, and there you are. Num num num. So we attach this one to the body. So head of the fishes don't really have to move, so we are preferred on the just static pose on this one. Then we'll be attaching on the fins. So these are actually movable, and then for the last part, the tail, which actually moves from side to side. And there you have it, our Xiphactinus for Jurassic World the game level 40. And now let's move on with a closer look of this figure. Dun 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 dun. Well, that was a bad sound for a submarine. And actually, we have here Usher on inside the submarine. So he'll be presenting on later the Xiphactinus, but for now, let us move on with a closer look. So, having a closer look at this Xiphactinus, I think it's really painted well. I like the color gradients from the blues to greens and even white. And the contrast of, spikes on the entire back of the creature. It is based off from the Jurassic World the game level 40 Xiphactinus, as you can see in the photo above. So, you might think that it's a little bit long, and I did this intentionally because I based it off from actual fossil remains. So I tried as hard as possible to, depict the colors of the Xiphactinus on the game so that it would be actually, similar to it. So several details such as spots as well as stripes on the sides are depicted in this particular figure. So articulation wise, it can open and close its mouth. The fins can actually move the tail as well. And I guess that's about it. Oh, it can also be attached from the bottom, as you can see here. So the attachment allows it to be displayed in several ways. And that's it for the closer look of our Xiphactinus. Enjoying this video so far. So moving on with the size comparisons, and of course we have here Usher, and he is a minifigure, and if around the same size, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So around 4 times the length of a regular human being. It's just about this size, as you can see here above. I'm really excited for this one because it's actually one of the several fishes that I've already named for extinct breeds, and we'll be showing some of them later on. But let's move on first with the size comparison with this Lego swordfish. So where is it? Oh, there you are. So this Lego swordfish, as you can see here, is although larger than that of the minifigure, it's definitely smaller than that of the Xiphactinus. Next up on the comparisons, we have this Ammonite. So Ammonites are relatively large and can grow humongous sizes. But this one is actually one of those that are really gigantic in size. And as you can see here, it's really large and can about, should be a formidable lunch for the Xiphactinus. Alright, so let's move on with the next one. We have the extinct Briggs Helicoprion. The Helicoprion is one of my favorites because it is actually based off, or the colors are actually based off from that of the butanding or the whale shark. Whale sharks are actually endemic here in the Philippines and would usually visit our islands often. Alright, so let's move on to the next comparison. We have the extinct Briggs Dunkleosteus. So our Dunkleosteus here is again a very large fish. It has this bony armor to it that makes its head really, weird looking. The first half of the body is also armored as well, as you can see here. I'm loving the metallic paint on this one. Thinking I should have done that also on the Xiphactinus, but well, I'm happy with this one. Next up on our comparisons would be our extinct Briggs Megalodon. Wow, chum chum chum. So our Megalodon here is, well, technically it's not that big, but it's actually larger than that of the Dunkleosteus, and I think larger also than this Xiphactinus. It has this really large head which can actually bite off the head of this Xiphactinus. Actually one of my favorite marine creatures so far. Well, that's it for the size comparisons. Let's now move on with extinct Briggs species roll call. So here are the creatures that you've seen earlier on in this video, and if you do have other, suggestions or comments as to how things should look like, or even suggestions of other species, then please comment them down below. We do read them up, and who knows, we might actually make the next creature based off your request. Also, Usher here would like to remind you guys that all of these creatures that you've seen here so far are or can be located in the Extinct Briggs playlist. So do check them out, guys. But I will also be placing in individual links to all of these creatures later on, so check them out. Species roll call. Extinct Ammonite. Extinct Dunkleosteus. Extinct Helicoprion. Extinct Megalodon. And of course, our star of the show here, this is the Extinct Xiphactinus. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did. I like making fishes, and probably next time I'll do something really original and new. Thank you again for watching, guys, and I hope to see you next time on our videos. Your support to our channel is really valuable, and I really do appreciate all the views and all the comments and likes. Also, please don't forget to support our other channels, the Bizarre Universe and the Adventures of Moira and Usher. Please watch their videos and support our channel as well by subscribing. And as we always would say, let your inner dino brick roar! Thanks everyone, and bye!